It's really empowering. I tend to act with a lot more confidence.
There are quite a few of us in the community. When we do meet, we're all really supportive of each other, and it'll feel like a kindred spirit.
Every female drag queen I've met has just been wonderful, crazy, super fun.
We're just like a load of queer people being weird.
You know, everybody performs their gender, especially in terms of being women. You perform every day as a woman. I think when I'm in drag, I'm trying to kind of exercise having an entitlement to the space that I'm in and commanding people to kind of like look at me and be in awe of me. It's powerful. My name's Victoria Sin. I grew up in a kind of traditional Chinese family. My brother, they told him he was like the strong one, you know, go to university and get a good job and take care of his family. And I was told, you know, the emphasis was more on making sure that I was kind of suitable for a good husband. I eventually kind of like, you know, came out and we would go to these drag shows, which I really loved. I remember the first time I went to a drag show, and I just remember thinking like it was the most amazing thing because it was the first time that I had really seen this really empowered embodiment of femininity. But it was kind of very traditional drag, you know, like men dressing as women, being very glamorous and powerful, which I really loved. And I just thought like, you know, shit, I want to be that in charge of my own kind of like femininity. You know, how can I do that? Reading about gender theory and queer theory has really made me kind of hyper-aware. After I read Gender Trouble, it totally changed the way that I thought about the world and how everything is kind of like gender-coded and how our ideas of what a man are and what a woman are totally constructed. So I started looking at drag as a way to break down these things myself. Doing drag is just kind of like another tool that we can use. You are basically kind of like a gender clown. It's about parodying these kind of like cultural constructs that we have, which is maybe destabilizing like how we think about gender. In terms of the terminology of like bio queens or faux queens, I think it's like totally bullshit. I think it's a way of othering women who do drag or want to participate in your typical gay bar. If you presented them with a female drag queen, they just wouldn't think it was legitimate. I think the worst misogyny that I've encountered has been in gay spaces, basically looking me in the eye and telling me, you know, I hate you because you're a woman and this is not your space and you don't belong here, you know? The community of women who do drag, you know, I've always got an eye on all of these women.
Tonight is the first time I've ever performed drag ever. I've been dressing up in drag for about a year now, really. Been wanting to perform, but not sure if I could. I'm really nervous, I'll be honest with you. I'm Epi, and I'm a drag queen. I was always drawn to drag queens since I was a little girl, but I've always loved funny drag queens. That's what I've always liked about it. Me and my flatmate Carl started going to a lot of drag events in Camden, and that was about going there dressed up. See, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, I don't do anything like that. I feel like going out and getting dressed up is really exciting for me. It's a way of expressing myself. I'm just messing about with what my gender is. Like, I don't really care about being a boy or a girl. It's just almost being alien or something. Like, I don't want to sexualise myself. It's just looking like something otherworldly, really. People might assume that I'm a guy just because I'm dressed like a drag queen, but I don't mind that because I don't think my gender should matter. It's not like we have to ask permission to do anything. We just go ahead and do it.
As I get to know these women more, I kind of only want to see more. We all know each other. We all like each other's, you know, posts on social media. We have a community.
Virgin Extravaganza invited me to perform. I incorporate logos and stuff. Brand hijacking the logo and sort of wanting to do something funny. They'd always have themes. The theme was big, so I went with big savings. I'm feeling really nervous.
Moving right along with the show, ladies and gentlemen, we have something very, very special. The version that you are about to experience right now is a performance virgin, okay? Her makeup skills are like hashtag out of this world, seriously. The one, the only, Epi!
name is Lolo Brow and I am a neo-drag performer. I grew up in a school run by nuns and we were brought up to be ladies. My teachers are extremely like, sit like a lady, be like a lady. So if anything, it prepared me for drag like nothing else. At Central School of Speech and Drama, I fell in love with this idea of playing with gender and performance and really challenging people with comedy, which became particularly exciting and fun. And I just fell in love with the dramatics of it. For me, Lolo is separate to me, and I feel that it is a hyper version of myself and what I suppose, aspire to be, and it's a much more dominant version of myself. I have faced many men telling me what I can and can do. In drag in particular, I have had punters on stage find out that I'm a woman halfway through. They will refuse to listen to anything I say after that. Bio queen and faux queen are terms that annoy me a little bit because faux queen, I don't like to be told in my title that I am false. Bio girl, I can understand. It sounds a bit more like a superhero than anything else, to be honest. It sounds like I've got some kind of radiation biohazard suit on and I'm gonna run through the city going, I've got a vagina, and it's all super fun. However, I reject those terms. I just accept the term drag queen. Drag isn't necessarily a man dressing as a woman anymore. It's become an art form, it's become a culture, and women have a place in that as much as anything.
I really make a point when I'm going out in drag to surround myself with friends and to be going into a queer space.
All my performances were extremely facial and everything was focused on physicality. That's how I express things.
Everybody has in them elements of masculinity and femininity. Femininity does not belong to women, and it doesn't belong to men either.
The boundaries of gender have changed so much, and it's really snowballing now with all like transgender, queer, like rather than being male or female, you're just a person who's expressing themselves.
I am here, I am who I am, and I'll be who I am, and I should be accepted.
It is an art form. Anybody can perform any gender.